friends, long time no see. How in the world have you guys been? Well, I'll tell you, things in my world have not been super great lately. So I wanted to do this video to let you know, kind of an update chit chat video about what's been going on and why you haven't seen very much of me lately. I've got my drink here, so I might be sipping on this for a little, every once in a while. I also have my calendar because in order to keep track of the order of events, I had to get my calendar because time just runs all together. So, if you didn't see my video, 2-3 weeks ago when I did an update about my fall, as you know, or those of you who follow my channel know, back in June, I'm thinking it was the June 12th or June 19th. I can't remember 100%, but it was on a Sunday, I know that, in June. I slipped and fell in my living room and messed up my hamstring really bad in my right leg. And I went out on the porch a week or so later and did an update video and told you all about that little accident. Well, it took about 2 weeks for that leg to get to where I felt comfortable maneuvering around the house, doing things. I was pretty much pain-free. About 2.5 weeks after the accident, I could take the thigh wrap off. I showed you in that video the thigh compression sleeve that I had bought for my thighs. And I was doing really well. And we had scheduled to butcher chickens on July 2nd, which was a Saturday. And we knew it was going to take us a couple of Saturdays to do it because we had 45 chickens, and it does take a bit of time, and we're dealing with the heat and all of that kind of stuff. So on July 2nd, we butchered about a little less than half of the 45 chickens. We did 20 of them on that Saturday. Well, then of course the next week was 4th of July week, and my husband's shop where he works always closes down the week of the 4th of July, so he was home that whole week. And I had thought about trying to film videos that week, but it's just really hard when you're not in your same routine and when you've got somebody home who's not normally home to try to do any kind of a video. So the only video I filmed that week while he was home was the Dollar General haul, and that's the last video that I've put on the channel so far, since before this video. So that whole week, like I said, Scott was home. I was doing really well. Things were pretty much back to normal. And then on the 9th of July, we finished up the rest of the chickens. We did the last 25 chickens, got them all 45 safely in the freezer. So then on July 10th, which is a Sunday again, I was getting ready to go to church. I was heading out the door to go to church, and I had my purse and my Bible and those crutches because I was going to return the crutches to the person that we borrowed them from because I was better and I didn't need them anymore. But I was still favoring my right leg because it was still a little not sore, but it was a little weak. You just takes time for injuries to heal. So I was still favoring that leg a little bit. And I was going down the steps. I think we have like 4 steps on our back door. And I went down with my right foot, and I can't remember exactly what happened. It's all kind of a blur, but I slipped on the 3rd step, missed the 4th step altogether, and landed with my bad leg on the ground. Well, because this leg was still healing, it didn't withstand that that jolt. I had my purse in my hand and my Bible in my hand, I had all that stuff in my hand, and I had forward momentum, and I could not stop myself from falling. I couldn't stop myself from falling. I just remember missing that step and pitching forward, and my Bible flying and my purse flying, and then the next thing I know, I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground, and I'm sitting there assessing things, and at that point, nothing hurt. So it's like, oh my goodness, I'm covered in dirt. We're heading out to the door to go to church. And so I try to get myself up, and that's when the pain hit me. And this time it was in my left hamstring. So I grab my thigh, the back of my thigh, and I hobble over and I set down on the step, on the back step. By that time, Scott had run out the door to help me, and I said, run and go get that thigh compression sleeve. Go run and go get it. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm going to still go to church. So he comes, runs in, gets it, I put it on, and I sit there for a few minutes. I just have my eyes closed. I'm trying not to literally pass out because of, I think, adrenaline kicked in. I think that's what it was. And you get that rush, and it kind of makes you dizzy. So I'm holding the rail, and I'm just got my eyes closed. And I finally, when it's like my heart rate slowed back down, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to stand up. Try to stand up. No, oh no, not happening. That pain in my hamstring was so bad again. Needless to say, we didn't go to church. So Scott helps me back in to the house, and I get in the recliner, and so that whole entire week, the week from the 10th to the 17th, I was in the recliner, and I barely got out of the recliner. I don't think it was as severe an injury as my right leg. Initially, the pain in my right leg when I fell in June was excruciating, like instantly excruciating pain, where I was just like screaming because it hurt so bad. My fall on June 10th only hurt if I put weight on it. It wasn't as the initial injury wasn't as excruciating. But as time went on, the pain was worse. Like with my right leg, the first time I hurt my leg, as long as I was sitting still, it didn't hurt at all. But if I got up to move around, if I moved at all, that's when it really hurt. With my left leg, the one I fell on the 10th, it just ached and throbbed and burned and just hurt non-stop. Didn't matter if I had ice packs on it, didn't matter if I had a heat pad on it, didn't matter how I was sitting in the chair, it ached and ached and ached. And thankfully I had a prescription for some muscle relaxers that the doctor had prescribed to me for another problem. I get a lot of tension in my neck, and so he gave me a low dose muscle relaxer to take when I'm having lots of knots in my neck. So the only thing that helped at all was when I was on Tylenol and Flexeril, the muscle relaxer. And that whole week I was in such a state of I was almost hurt more mentally than I was physically, because I couldn't believe that I was actually in this position again. I had literally had maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks where I was actually feeling more normal and being able to help out, and Olivia wasn't having to cook every meal and do everything and feeling so helpless. I literally had a week and a half of normalcy, and then this happened to me again, and it was the other leg. So now I had one leg, my right leg, who wasn't hurting anymore but is still weak and still healing, and then I had my left leg who is in excruciating pain, throbbing, can't sleep, the whole bit. I also think I messed up my back when I fell, because I hit on the ground on my butt, I think. That's what Scott said. I don't know. Like I said, it's all a blur. And I jarred stuff in there, so I think part of that pain that was back in my thigh was sciatic. And I still think that I'm still having sciatic pain. So Scott started giving me some deep tissue massages, and it's really helped a lot. I am like up and able to do a little bit now. It's been 10 days. Today has been 10 days since I fell the second time. Excuse me. And it's the first time in 10 days I've been out of the house to go anywhere. I went and got my hair done. I had to postpone my beauty appointment last week, and I'm like, this week I was like, I've got to go get my hair cut. But my thing now, because the pain, as long as I have on this compression sleeve on my left leg, the pain is pretty much non-existent. I mean, I can feel a little tweak now and then again, a little twinge, but if I take this compression sleeve off, it aches and aches and aches. But the main problem I'm having now is I'm just weak. Both legs are injured. I've been sitting around for the better part of a month, mostly, and I'm just weak. I just am weak. I'm unsteady on my feet, and I'm so afraid I'm gonna fall again. And so Olivia went with me to get my hair done so she could, I have a crutch. I use the crutch mainly just for stability, not for helping with pain or anything, because I can bear weight on my legs. I just feel so wobbly and so off balance. And so she helped me, because I would put my hand on her shoulder and have my other arm on the crutch, and so we were able to go, and I was able to go get my hair done. We're supposed to go grocery shopping on Monday. It had been 3 weeks since we went grocery shopping, and I'm like, all I could think on Saturday and Sunday was, I need to go grocery shopping. I need to go grocery shopping. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to. So we all missed church again on Sunday because Scott and Olivia went and did grocery shopping. I really seriously considered doing a haul, but on Sunday my leg was still pretty sore whenever I was standing, and just the thought of exerting the energy to try to do a grocery haul was just more than I could cope with. I just couldn't do it. So I'm sorry. Sorry you're not going to get a grocery haul for a few more weeks, but that's what happened. As far as videos go, yesterday was the first day I was able to make it downstairs to my computer, and it was challenging. I had to take it very slowly, and I was very nervous. I was like, I don't want to fall again. I'm so afraid I'm going to fall again. So I'm videoing this video now. I'm going to edit it and I'm going to upload it today. Today's Wednesday the 20th, so that you guys can get an update about what's going on, because I've been basically absent and disappeared from internet for 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks. So that's that. Please pray for me. Pray that my body will heal and that I'll be able to build up strength in my legs. I've been starting to do some small exercises, strength building exercises on my right leg, because it's not painful anymore. I'm not going to start doing that with my left leg for probably at least another week. And I've got to build the strength back up in my legs so I can not fall anymore. This is crazy. That week, the week of the 10th through the 17th, was probably the hardest week I've ever had in my life, other than when my mom passed away. I was so discouraged, so depressed. So, if I'm going to be completely honest, and I want to be completely honest, I was angry with God. I was so angry with God. I blamed him for allowing it to happen. And I didn't understand why he allowed it to happen. And it's like, can't I catch a break? And I just, like, pity party central, really mad, really sad, really depressed. And I mean, like, I literally didn't take a shower for like 6 days, something like that, because just the prospect of the effort it would take to try to get a shower was just more than I could handle. I think my mental state kind of contributed to the inability to cope with the pain. There was times when it was throbbing so bad that all I could do literally was sit in my chair, rock my body, and the tears would just fly down my face, and I'd just cry because it hurt so bad, and I just couldn't cope with it. And I kept thinking the whole time, like, I can't do this again. I can't do this again. Well, with God, all things are possible. And as mad as I was at God, He forgave me when I asked for forgiveness for that anger. And He has helped me through this. And He has shown me that He really is a God who cares, even though everything around you might point to Him being mean and vindictive and uncaring. It's not true. He is a God that loves us and cares for us and helps us in times of trouble. And so I'm so thankful that even though I was super mad at Him, that He did not turn His back on me and forgave me for my anger. So that's the update on me as far as videos go. I'll just do the best I can. Please don't give up on me. Please keep coming back to my channel. I'm just worried that I'm going to lose viewers and subscribers because, you know, if you don't upload videos, people stop looking for your videos. So I'm kind of worried about that. So just pray for me, stick with me, and thank you guys so much for all of your support when this really bad summer. This has been a really crappy summer all the way around, between the heat and the garden being terrible and me having two very unfortunate accidents so close together. It's been a really bad summer. So I just pray that things will turn around. One more thing before I go. I'm going to give you the stats on the chicken. You guys might be interested to know. I've got this is our notebook that we kept track. I weighed every chicken. When my niece would bring them in to me, I would weigh them on my food scale and mark it down because I wanted to keep track of the total pounds of meat and the total cost, and then do like a per pound, what it would cost per pound to do these chickens. Like I said, we had 45 in the end. I lost 5 the first week. I think that was due to the hatchery problem. Just the quality of the chicks were not great. But after the first week, I didn't lose any more, and so we butchered 45. Our largest dressed bird was 7 pounds 14 ounces. Our smallest was 5 pounds 7 ounces. The first day, on the 2nd of July, that's when we had a couple of the chickens were in the 5 pound range. Then we waited another week to finish them up, and we didn't have any in the 5 pound range. They were all in the 6 and 7 pound range. The total weight of all 45 birds, so this is meat, of course it's including bones, but you can make bone broth out of the bones. So total weight of meat in our freezer is 302.8 pounds. The total expenses this year, because everything is so much more expensive, was $575.80. That's for buying the chicks, all of the bedding, all of the feed. That's even including the heat light and everything we needed to raise these chicks was $575.80. So when you do the math, that comes out to $1.90 per pound. So that is great, considering chicken is going for over $3 a pound or more in the stores right now. So overall, as much stress as it was for me and as much work as it was definitely worth it in the end. And so now we have, of course, my sister took a few chickens, my niece took a couple because they helped us, and my sister helped. She bought some feed every now and again, so they took what they thought was fair for the work that they put in. And so we don't have quite 300 pounds in our freezer, but as a family, as a community here, we had 302.8 pounds of meat, and that is very makes me feel good. Makes me feel like calm, like I've got lots of meat in the freezer. So anyway, that's the update. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to tell you. I'm going to try my best to put up at least one video a week until I'm completely well. And so I guess that's it. So thanks so much for watching, friends. If you've made it all the way to the end, to this jibber jabbery long explanation of why I've been missing, thank you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comments section below, and we will talk to you all later. Bye-bye, friends.